Hey, and welcome back to the Big Boss Show. It's a new show where every week we come to you with somebody that may have not always been a big boss, but shares his or her perspective that we can learn from. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, Ishveen. Ishveen, welcome to the Big Boss Show.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. So, what is it exactly that you do? I see some professional athletes, some college athletes. What's your deal?
Yeah, so I used to be a sports agent, and then about 5 years, 6 years ago, started a company called Open Sponsorship, which is today now the largest marketplace connecting brands to professional athletes for sponsorship deals.
Okay, cool. So I could just go on there and have a athlete sponsor like my product.
Yeah, so the other way, so like
Yeah.
you could go there, you can search through all the athletes. So we have over 11,000. Or you
Wow.
can put up a campaign, a bit like a job posting, and say like, looking for athletes to come on my show, or looking for athletes who are interested in media, or whatever it may be. I'm offering $500, $5,000. I want you to do X, Y, Z. And then all of our athletes and agents can apply to that. So similar to recruitment in a way.
Wow. And then I guess from there they would just negotiate between both of them.
Yeah. So we try and keep the like most good marketplaces, we try and like take care of each bit. So negotiation, contracts, payments, we manage that as well. So we're basically helping them understand like what's the right price, etc. And then we also do deal management as well, and then ROI tracking. So we're really going through like all the phases of a sponsorship deal and trying to help you out in all of them.
Wow. And 11,000 athletes. That's a lot. I didn't even think there was that many. Is this just in US or is it?
I'd say of our 11,000, what, maybe 70% US.
Wow, that's amazing. How long you been doing this?
About 6 years.
Okay, so 6 years in business and stuff.
hmm
And what made you get to this?
So I used to be a sports agent and kind of doing these deals offline. And one day I thought, why is there not an Airbnb for our industry? And went to set it up.
And is it just limited to people that are looking for sponsorship, brand sponsorships, or you can also find talent on here as well?
When you say talent, you mean?
Like if I was like recruiting for my sports team, could I
Oh,
find
I
somebody on
see.
here?
No, no. So very heavily focused on marketing. So essentially, if you're looking to leverage an athlete in your marketing, you come to us.
Okay. And what's the I see here there's different plans on your website. Why don't you tell us about what these different these plans are about?
Yeah. So you could think of it as a bit like having two different kind of business models. So one is very self-serve. So similar to like a LinkedIn, you can go in and you can do everything yourself and whatever else. So we have that where you can sign up, you can upgrade for free, you can build a campaign for free, do everything. Not free, you do it yourself. You could do everything yourself. And then we have a premium plan, which the way we pitch it is really like the power of the platform meets the expertise of a sports agency. So it's a lot more white glove service, a lot more hand holding, works very well for our bigger clients that don't have the time but have the budget to essentially they see us as an extension of their team.
That's incredible. And I see you got some pretty big athletes on here.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
was
we've done deals for the likes of Todd Gurley, Joe Montana, us Premier League players, even teams. So we just did a deal for Fulham Football Club in England, working with like NBA and MLB teams. So really, but we also love doing deals for smaller athletes as well. So lacrosse players, niche Olympians. We run the spectrum.
it's really incredible. And how did you build up this network of 11,000 athletes? How did you get there?
I mean, obviously it's been over time, but the business model makes a lot of sense, right? Like sponsorship is very difficult to get, but a lot of athletes either enjoy sponsorship deals or they rely on it. And then we don't charge them to sign up. We only take a commission from them once a deal is done. So it's a bit like a no-brainer. Why wouldn't they try it out?
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I know. That does sound like a no-brainer. But is there college athletes on here as well?
Yeah, so college obviously launched July 1st. And we just opened it up to them. I think we have around 3,000 college athletes, so it's going really well.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, athletes probably want to diversify. How do you feel about the whole sports industry right now and where it's going?
I mean, from a sponsorship perspective, really well. Like, leagues are opening teams up, so they're doing shirt deals, which I think is fast, which is awesome. Obviously, college athletes coming into the space and being able to do sponsorship is great. I think a lot of the governing bodies and the leagues are realizing that the athletes have a lot of power and they should let them do these sponsorship deals. So I'm really liking where the industry is going.
That's awesome. So obviously you met with I mean, you know a lot of these top tier athletes. What do you think sets them apart that makes them so good?
As a brand ambassador or generally?
Like being good at sports. What traits do you think that they have?
I mean, obviously, focus and dedication is huge, right? Hardworking, whatever. Second is it for most of them, like just innate skill. I mean, they have the ability. They've got the ability to perform in a way that we, like mere mortals, don't. But I do think going back to that first point, I'd say like focus and hard work, especially in the younger years, is huge.
Is there anything that influenced you, or is there any person that you look up to that influenced you that made you start this journey in your new career?
I mean, there's definitely been tons of people who've influenced me to, you know, um, my first job was in management consulting, and there you're taught to like think about what is status quo, why does it need to be, try and do things smarter. I studied at Oxford, and there we were taught about challenging the norm, really diving deep, asking good questions. So I'd say for sure. And then within the sports world, so many amazing people have taught me how to do sponsorship, why sponsorship is amazing, how to do deals. So yeah, I mean, there's a whole plethora of people. It's like it takes a village to start something like this.
For sure. And it sounded like you have a little bit of accent. Where's that accent from?
England.
That's cool. Sports and management and consulting for who? Was it like business owners?
No, I worked for a company that did retail. So we worked for large shopping center developers mostly.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, you just came right out of the gate, doing these big deals. Where do you see yourself going in like in the next few years?
Just grow the team, grow the company, grow the team, hit our revenue goals, expand a bit.
Okay. What's the team looking like now?
About 15 people.
It's incredible. And do most of them just look for more scout more athletes, or what do they do?
It's a mix: engineers, data people, salespeople. Well, we're mostly focused on speaking to more brands. That's really where the focus is.
That's incredible. Is there? You think there's a lot of money in sports? And I mean, I forgot the word sports.
Sponsorship?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, well, we hope so. We're building a business in it.
yeah. That's cool. Was it? Do you have any like favorite books or anything?
Gosh, loads. I really like, as a business book, The Hard Thing About Hard Things. I think is epic. And then, I mean, I'm constantly reading a lot of personal growth books, personally, like how to stay sane and well and mentally stable and all of that stuff. So I think those, and there's so many of those that they're great.
And do you come from a sports background? Like, were you guys? Is your family like sports orientated?
Not so much my family, but I played a lot of sports growing up. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Like what?
Netball, cricket, English sports.
So, how do people reach you? How do people contact you?
Yeah. We'll go to the site, opensponsorship.com. That's the best way to check out what we're doing. And then, find me on Twitter.
Yeah, I think this is super valuable because you literally have a marketplace where you could find athletes that were willing to, you could pay them a fee and they'll be willing to, promote your product. Before it used to be like only big companies like Nike and things like that can do this, but now it's open to everyone, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Very accessible.
Cool. What's the average range for like if somebody wanted to, book an athlete, like what's like the, what's like the range, like from the cheap side to,
I mean, we do like maybe 10-15% of our deals are product only. Literally, like athletes are getting product, and then some of these college athletes are charging $100, $200, and then obviously it goes all the way up to 6-7 figures.
Yeah, $100 is not bad. And what would that be for? Would that be like a commercial or just like a 10-second Instagram video? Like what?
Yeah, I'm also social at that range.
Okay, got you, got you.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, I'm super excited for this. I never even knew such a product existed. Do you have anything that you else you want to mention maybe?
Not really. I mean, obviously, sports sponsorship's awesome, and we hope that everyone uses it within their marketing mix. And I feel like we've made it really easy to do. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, appreciate you coming on, and I definitely wish you the best of luck with your career.
Thank you. Likewise.